Hey guys, I wanted to do a video for you to show you the basics of mineral makeup application because I've had some questions about how do you apply this step or that step, and so I'm going to be using all Bare Minerals products, but you'll notice that like when you're applying the powder foundation or a bronzer type thing, various lines have those same sorts of products, and with Bare Minerals I happen to have like concealers and bronzers and blush, so I just thought we'll just use all that line, and then you can kind of use your own products, or maybe if you have these products it'll give you some ideas on techniques of how to apply them. So right now I just have moisturizer on, that's it. I don't have on any eye or lip makeup on because I usually go ahead and do my face first. So I'm going to start out. I have two Bare Minerals foundation shades. One is in medium and one is medium beige. So I'm going to go ahead and to start off, I do use both of the colors because I think they both work. I think medium is maybe has a little bit more of a, I don't want to say rosy because it's really not rosy, but medium beige is more golden than medium is. So I tend to use that all over my face. And I like to use their Flawless Face brush. This would be a step where you could use a big kabuki brush as well. And I just tap some into my lid, and I'm going to swirl it around. And I didn't tap a whole lot. As you can see, I tapped whatever I could pick up with my brush. And then I'm just going to kind of swirl this around all over my face. I'm not really paying any attention to one area in particular right now. I'm just trying to get it all over. And I'm going to repeat that step a couple times so I can build up my coverage. And if you can see, that's about how much I've tapped out. You don't want to go too overboard because you'll find if you are layering on too much mineral makeup, your face will start to feel oily as the day goes on. So just be aware of that. Just use what you feel like you need to get the coverage you want. And so I go all over with that, with this Flawless application brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my medium shade because I feel like it's maybe just a hair lighter on me. And I'm going to do the same technique. I'm just going to tap a little bit out. And I'm going to use my handy buki brush. And this is just a more dense kabuki, okay? Like it's, if you have a kabuki brush, what you can actually do is, if you have one, you can almost hold it so the bristles are a little more dense. But anyway, I'm going to swirl it, get all that product worked up in my brush, and then I'm going to target some places where I want more coverage. Because anytime, basically keep in mind, the smaller the brush you use, basically the more coverage you're going to get with it. So you can see I'm really getting around my eyes and around my nose, just trying to even out areas where there might be a little redness or anything like that. Not necessarily going all over my face, and I'm going to go back and do one more layer of that. And really get right in here. Areas that tend to have darkness or anything, like I said, this is the slightly lighter foundation shade. And that's one thing I like about Bare Minerals is when you get it, they will give you two foundation shades, like if you get the kit, and so that gives you a little bit more freedom when you're mixing and doing things like that. So okay, next I'm going to move on to Bisque, and Bisque or Summer Bisque, I have both, but I'm just going to go ahead and use Bisque right now. This is what they call their multitasking minerals, and this is great as a concealer. And I'm going to just tap a little bit off into my lid here to show you. I'm not sure how well you can see this, but because it's all like shifting as I turn it. But the little particles in this are not as fine as in the foundation. So that means when you put this on your face, you're going to get more coverage with it. So that's why this works so great as a concealer. I'm going to take my concealer brush, my Bare Minerals concealer brush, and I'm just going to pack some on there. And I'm going to really target my under eye area. You will be amazed at the coverage you can get with this. Like for people who say, I like Bare Minerals, but it's not enough coverage, I really wish they just made Bisque part of the, the actual kit, because the coverage, I mean, you can see what's starting to take shape here as I work it in under my eye and kind of right on top of my cheek here. You can see the difference kind of in both eyes. And I'm going to go to the other side now. And as you can see, I'm just kind of patting it in and blending, not really sticking to any sort of circular motion idea here, but working it around the corner and right up to under my lashes, because you can have sort of a different coloring all the way to that point. And also, works on the broken capillaries. Hit that. Any little blemishes you've got. So, really a great product that Bare Essentials has is the bisque. So if you have your full kit and you're kind of wanting something more out of it, I would suggest using that. Okay, so then after I've used that, this is just me. This is not something that is like has to be done. Obviously there aren't really rules here, but what I would do next is go over my face once more with my medium beige foundation shade, just to pull all the colors together, since I've been using several different shades on my face already. This will kind of just, like I said, pull it together and make the look a little more consistent. Okay. So now the foundation application is complete, and we're going to move on to a product that is pretty much exclusive to Bare Minerals, but it is something that you could find in other lines, but they call it Warmth. And it's a really unique kind of bronzer because it's a very deep color, actually. For anyone who looks at it, it may not be a color you would typically picture yourself wearing, but you really use it sparingly, and it can be a great thing for anyone. So once again, using my Flawless Face brush, and I'm just starting right up in my hairline. You'll see I'm like right bordering on my hair there, because we don't want to look like we're wearing a mask, and if I had my hair pulled back like this and I was out on a summer day, that's where the sun would start hitting me. So we're just going to go right down the nose, and I like to just work this color all over my face, but lightly. Only place I really try not to get it is too much like right under my eye, but everywhere else is fair game for that. And then next I'm going to take a product called Faux Tan, and this is technically their bronzer. This is quite dark, and it has a little bit of sparkle in it, unlike Warmth. Warmth does not have any sparkle to it. I'm going to use my Soft Focus face brush. It's got like a kind of a dual fiber brush. And just get it in there, and then I'm going to once again target areas where I would normally apply bronzer. And this can be a great thing for contouring as well. Get it on top of the cheeks. Brow bone is a great spot for a product like this. And also kind of work it down in here if you're wanting to sort of draw in your cheeks, kind of slim the face a little bit. You can do that as well. Alright, so there's that all over face color. And then another thing you can do is apply blush, and they have Soft Focus Glee is sort of a blush shade that they have. It's just kind of a nice neutral rosy shade, just really a healthy look. And I just apply that with my Soft Focus brush to the apples of my cheeks. Just like so. And then after that, just have one more step, and that's to apply my mineral veil. So this is one of my favorite products because it just makes everything you've done to your face look extremely pulled together. And I just tap some in my lid, buff it around my face, and there you go. That's all for a mineral makeup application. It's really natural, but it's definitely a great look for somebody that wants to keep their skin healthy and very natural. Thanks.